I had mentioned a few videos back where I was having some issues with squirrels and all sorts of critters getting into my corn. Back in the winter, this is how I stored it. I had this trailer, I had my hay on the front, the bulk bag of feed on the back, parked under this awning of a rental house. No issues. This spring comes around and I started having issues, and the difference was I was sitting it here instead of on the trailer. All right, well, maybe that was it. Well, store it like this again, and as you can see, I've built a little cubby around it. They were still getting into it, even on the trailer. And so I bought some wood, used some scrap pieces from the barn, built a little storage shed, a little storage bin around the bulk bag. It's lightweight, it's movable. It's not super convenient, but it does keep the critters out, and that's all that matters. I like to feed the pigs first because, as you can hear, they're loud. I normally have a bucket and I can feed them their full ration at one time, but it's currently tied up with corn right now, so they get about 4.5 of these, which is about 20 to 25 pounds every day to split between the 3 of them. Now normally I feed them out in their pen, spread out across a big long piece of wood, but we've had a couple rounds of thunderstorms the last 2 days, so it's pretty soupy, but we'll take a look at how I'm feeding them tonight. These pigs, I'll just describe them as a menace to society. They're getting big. I keep their waller here with their water bucket. They if you don't know, pigs don't sweat, so that's how they stay cool. We had been up around 103 for several days before these thunderstorms hit. So they spend a lot of time out in there. But when you get a couple rain showers that close together, even though we've been dry and the ground soaked it up, it still made a mess. Steers are doing pretty good out here in the feed lot. They'll be pushing over 1,100 pounds right now. And I say steers, this black one is a bull. But I don't mind, because I do have quite a few people ironically ask me for some beef fries, Rocky Mountain oysters, whatever you want to call them. I'll gladly let them have all that they want, because I don't want any of it. Now the goats, if they're like our household, they are a viewer favorite here on the channel. We don't feed them every day. We can rotate their little electric pen around so they get a bit more pasture consistently than everybody else. So we don't feed them grain every day. We try and shoot for 2 to 3 feedings of grain a week. But what I do is, our boys love peanut butter and jelly, or Nutella and jelly, and they can't have the crust on it. So I save all the crust, and I bring all the bread crust out here for the goats, and they absolutely love it. They're all swarming me. Come on, girls. Come on, babies. They're swarming. I like to bring it out here in the grass, and I spread it around so they don't have to fight over it. A little treat once a week or so. twins are napping. Now we have a surprise guest appearance. Probably not the best way to say that, but Smokey, our Jack donkey, has returned. He's right there behind the girls who are coming up. What did I just see? Anyway, he's back. We turned him out here for about 3 months, right at the tail end of last year over the holiday season. And then a buddy of mine asked if they could borrow him because they had a mini pony in their pasture that was lonely. And they wanted to borrow him just to be a companion to it until they could find the right horse that they were looking for. Well, that ended up taking, I think they only expected a month or 2, but it actually ended up taking about 8 months. But he made his return yesterday, and as you can see, he's already getting back well acquainted with his girls. I saw him breed that female twice over those 3 months he was here. No, she did not stand like that. So obviously those were unsuccessful, or she would not have stood for him there. But that's not the reason he's out here. It's just a matter of convenience right now. Smokey was our favorite from last year, especially with the kids. He is super gentle. They can crawl all over him. He won't move a muscle. Super friendly as well. We're glad to have him back. But like I mentioned, that's not the reason he was brought back or we have him here in the first place. It's not for getting babies. If we do get babies out of either of the females, that's just a bonus. It was just a matter of we didn't want him out at the other farm by himself over winter. We were feeding hay. Now we don't have any other equine over at the other farm right now, so we'll let him stay here with the girls and Mojo, unless we feel like we need him over at our farm. Come here, bud. Anyway, quick little video today. Wanted to announce that he is back. We've been kind of tied up. We had our daughter born last week, and so we've been tied up with that and a lot of family things. So videos got kind of off there for a little bit, but hopefully we're back on track now and can be consistent again. But that's what's happened right now is Smokey came back to the farm, and we look forward to another video. So appreciate all of you who have liked and subscribed. If you hadn't, please do so. It helps us out tremendously, and we will see y'all in the next one.